We are approaching All-Star break, and the number one spot has been occupied by the OKC Thunder for as long as I can remember. But in terms of the West, do you see any slippage or progress taking place in the near future?
Yes. You know what? I have a eye open to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's one I can see happen. Now I know they acquire Luka Doncic, and he is going to be phenomenal. I'm quite sure. But with the trade of AD to the Mavs, it's concerning for me. And now with the fallout, the rescinding of Mark Williams, I don't know. I don't know. So this number 4 seed that we're looking at with the Los Angeles Lakers, for me, is a slippery slope. So.
Indeed. The middle will be wide open without a center, a 10-time All-Star like Anthony Davis playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I am concerned with the Dallas Mavericks standing right now. I mean, why are they in the play-in tournament? Why are they even in this space right now? Especially when the Kings have had a terrible season and they're right there with them. Like, how did that happen?
Because Luka didn't play a lot this season. Luka's been injured as well. So I think that has a lot to do with why the Dallas Mavericks have slid down the standings. However, if AD can stay healthy, they're moving up. They're going to move up. The Mavs will find victory in the top 6 seed. And if I can only imagine, AD is going to make sure it happens. He will make sure it happens. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. He is out for vengeance, I believe. And so this tight groin that he experienced recently, I hope it's just something that's real minor so he can get back out there. But I believe that he has something to prove for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I would love to see the Lakers and the Mavs duke it out in the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Must-see TV? Absolutely. Would love that. And so would the NBA and all the TV stations. So y'all, Mavs, Lakers, make it happen.
Yeah, you know they can. You know they can. Now, the Houston Rockets have been a fave of ours all season, but lately they've lost 6 games in a row, and I don't know what's going on. Like, they didn't make any major moves. I know Amen Thompson's in the starting lineup now, and he's been playing really good, but where is the disconnect? Because their schedule hasn't been that difficult. I know they lost some in the final seconds of games, like some miraculous shots, but 6 games in a row and they still hold the number 5 spot. That's impressive, because that tells me they created a big buffer.
Yes, exactly. But I think that they're suffering from the injury bug right now. We have a couple of their players that are out. Fred VanVleet is out. I believe Tyree Eason is in and out. I saw recently that some other players are out as well. And I think this has an impact on how successful they have been in the last 6 games that you mentioned. They're just out. They're out there players. And so they're working with everybody that they can. And that buffer that they built has helped them maintain a top 6 seed. I really believe that. However, if they don't get it together, they're going to find themselves in the bottom 7 through 10. So in the middle, 7 through 10. I won't say bottom, in the middle. But I still think there's hope for the Houston Rockets. I don't want them to have to go to the playoffs through the play-in tournament. I want them to have a solid 1 through 6 spot so they can go right into the playoffs this season. So I just think once everybody comes back healthy, they can, pretty much get back on track. I think that's what we're seeing right now.
But you know what, though? I get that and I understand it completely. But the OKC Thunder have dealt with injuries. The Memphis Grizzlies, with their superstars, Ja Morant in and out of the lineup. And you look at them, top of the West, 1 and 2. The Rockets were number 3 the last time I checked the standings, but now it's occupied, number 3 spot is occupied by the Denver Nuggets. And I know that's because of Russell Westbrook thrown into the starting lineup here and there. Gosh. What can you say? Now, we know they have Jokic and all that, but they had Jokic and they were not the number 3 spot in the West. It was when they brought in my Brody, Russell Westbrook, brought that tenacity and a little bit of dog to the Nuggets, and that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, it's the dog in Russell Westbrook, for sure. For sure. That helped propel the Nuggets, because at one point, the Nuggets was not even in the top 10.
Right.
At one point. And so, yes, sometimes when fit matches opportunity, this is a result of that, because Nikola Jokic is still balling anyway.
Yeah,
he's going to do that anyway. But I think that they needed that. You know what? It's almost like Russell Westbrook was able to fill in that missing slot with Bruce Brown. differently. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes, yes.
Bruce Brown helped, was a part of that championship run that the Nuggets had. And so when they
Hmm.
had to trade him off because of their financial instability, I guess, or what they wanted to do financially, to bring in Russell Westbrook at this stage and to bring back in that type of tenacity, as you mentioned, that type of dog that Bruce Brown, left when he wasn't there. Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, and then of course, Russell Westbrook is experienced, been there, done that. So yes, it's a great addition to the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, I agree.
Uh-huh. Looks like Anthony Edwards have wheeled his Timberwolves to the top spot in the
Yeah,
West.
it's
What
not gonna be
correction?
enough.
1 through 6 in the West.
Yeah, but it will not carry them through the playoffs. I can
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
promise you that. So if somebody else don't step up and join him in this quest, first round exit for sure.
Oh, golly. Okay. Now, the Phoenix Suns down there with the Sacramento Kings. Gosh, the Suns. You know what?
I'm sorry about that.
I I mean, they have KD and Booker, and they almost got rid of KD. I guess there were talks about them trading him to back to the
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors, who could use him because the Warriors are not. I don't think they're in contention
I
with
think
Jimmy
that
Butler.
I think
I don't
so.
know. It remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen for sure. Yeah, yeah. It remains to be seen. The Suns are just one of those franchises, unfortunately, that just will not get any love. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Mm-mm. I don't see it for them. I don't know why.
They have the
They need
talent.
to win a championship, and I think the fans that are not in Phoenix would see differently. Yeah, because you got KD. KD didn't carry this fanfare with him. Mm-mm.
He's so laid back. I mean, he's a great player, but
Yeah,
he's getting up there in age too, and I think he's kind of nonchalant as it relates to the game, and it's kind of translating a little bit to the Suns' record because Devin Booker. Look, Devin Booker. I used to compare him to Kobe Bryant. Like he played with just an aggression, a Mamba mentality, but it seemed like he's gotten a little nonchalant, laid back since KD has been there.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. The forgotten almost.
Hmm.
Sorry, no, that ain't it.
Yes. I would love to see the San Antonio Spurs move up to the play-in
Why?
tournament.
Why haven't they? What is it? Will De'Aaron Fox be the savior for that? Because we got this Wimby over there balling. The league wants Wimby to be the next one. For me,
Hmm.
the Wimby, I mean, no disrespect to LeBron James, but is he the chosen one? I mean, I don't
Hmm.
know, right? Because the way they showcased him before he even got to the league, he was in drafted, and now they still want him to be all things. Why are the San Antonio Spurs number 12 in the West? Why? Why?
Yeah, yeah.
Chris Paul is over there supposed to help shape. I believe De'Aaron Fox has to be the guy to help move the needle. Has to be. Otherwise, that trade was a bust.
Yes, I agree. They have a lot of young talent too. And Wimby, can you imagine? Oh my goodness, Wimby in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be
No,
great.
come
Great for ratings.
on. I
Yeah.
don't understand why they so. I don't understand it. So they need to find what works, and I hope De'Aaron Fox is the one to help save that. I really hope so because it'd be a great look for him, and then it'll really help solidify why this trade was so impactful. Now, if for some reason the Kings find themselves top six or at least deep in the playoffs, and the Spurs are not, at least in the playoffs, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Hmm.
But I need
Hmm.
the Spurs to do something because there's no way they have Wimby over there and they still highlight and showcase Wimby like the Spurs are top three in the West,
They
and
sure
they are
do.
not. They do, and
Right,
they're
right.
not. So no.
Hmm. The Portland Trailblazers have put together a string of wins against teams they had no business winning against, but I don't think they're gonna make it. They're gonna be. There's no way the
Whew.
Portland Trailblazers are gonna replace any team that's 1 through 10 right now. It's not gonna happen.
Not a one. No, good run. Good run. But yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. No, I don't
Yeah,
see it for them.
it's so funny that the New Orleans Pelicans are dead last in the Western Conference. Have only won 12 games all season. Didn't see this coming. I mean, I also didn't see their whole roster being depleted with injuries at one point of this season. Poor Willie. You know, Willie Green has done everything. Chauncey Billups has done everything you ask of them, and they still can't gain traction in the Western Conference.
But I appreciate that those franchises for saying we know it's not the coach, i.e., Kings. I'm talking to you. I appreciate that. They know that it's the injuries. They know that it's the timing. And when I say timing, I'm talking about Chauncey Billups, the timing of CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard being gone. All of that. And your 40 points you put up, Zion Williamson, still wasn't enough.
Still ain't playing back to backs. Like,
no.
yeah.
And now y'all don't have BI? Not this season, New Orleans Pelicans. But at the very bottom, horrible. So at one point of the season, the LA Clippers were one of the top 6 seeds at one point. They've slid down to number 7, but now that your boy Ben Simmons is there, you think they can climb their way back up? And now that Kawhi Leonard is playing more games, you think they'll find themselves in the top 6?
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't know who they're going to replace. It would have to be the Minnesota Timberwolves because 1 through 5, I don't think they're budging. I know the Rockets are struggling right now, but I don't think they're going to slide down to the play-in tournament.
No, I think the Lakers. I'm sorry. I think the Clippers can take 2 spots. The Lakers for sure, and the Timberwolves. So for me, there's 2 open spots that is probably going to be reserved if these teams don't, continue on their winning streaks or just winning games. That the Clippers and the Mavs will find themselves in. And I hope it's not a Rocket spot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, I can't wait to see because if the Clippers can get the old original Ben Simmons from the Sixers when he was not afraid of shooting, when he would run the break at his size, 6'10" point guard. Oh, it's gonna be Lob City again in Los Angeles for the Clippers. Can't wait.
So you mean to tell me that they're gonna shuffle James Harden to small forward? Shooting guard?
They should. That's all he does anyway. Ben Simmons is a natural point guard. We don't need him to shoot. You said Kawhi Leonard's playing games again, even though Kawhi Leonard doesn't look the same.
No, he don't look the same.
His defense ain't even the same, let alone his offense. He's just, golly. But James Harden is an all-star, and I think he's going to see to it. Him and Ben Simmons will see to it that they get the ball to players where they need them. And, yeah.
Yeah, just make sure Norman Powell touches the ball. And we would be good. Because that right there, them holding on even in the top 10 is on Norman Powell's back as well. So,
yeah, good point.